Hi guys, my name is Drew Curley and this is Chris Burns here. Today is January 28th of 2012 and we're going to be doing a celestial fix and how to do it. All the steps, how to use the sextant, how to do the calculations, and walking you through the whole thing. I'm making this mostly for selfish reasons because I have a horrible memory, and if I videotape myself remembering everything and then look at it in the future, it'll jog my memory. And also, there's a lot of CMA cadets and other cadets at other maritime academies that are going to have to go through the same program. So I hope that the following instructional video on how-to will help you guys out and speed your progress through this really challenging program. I guess other thing to say is I am the training officer at CMA. But it doesn't matter. I'm just doing this because I want to do it, and if you guys have special skills that relate to being a cadet and sailing, I encourage you to make your own how-to videos, and that way we can have like creme de la creme. And if you guys see mistakes that I make or think something should be done a little differently, then please, by all means, make your own video, improve on mine, make it better. I do feel that imitation is a great form of flattery, so that would be terrific. Also, navigating by the stars. When someone's like, oh, you go to Maritime Academy, you can navigate by the stars, and people are like, oh yeah, sure, there's a star, steer towards it. And that's not navigating by the stars. Navigating by the stars is figuring out where you are, getting a fix, latitude and longitude in the middle of the ocean. Other than GPS, other than the GPS system that we have, which is not an ancient system, celestial navigation is the only way that humans can find where they are in the middle of the ocean. We have a teacher, his name is Bob Stewart, and he said when he first started sailing as a third mate, he was on a vessel and they would always go like up the inside of Florida and around down by Texas to get all the way to Panama. But when he came out of there, he was able to do celestial navigation. They were able to go straight across, saving a huge amount of money and making him more valuable. So, it is a pain in the ass doing celestial navigation, but not that many people can do it. So when you learn how to figure it out and you are able to do this, you can say that, yeah, you can navigate by the stars. So without further ado, we'll get started. Okay, so to do the whole thing, first a real broad overview of what we're doing. You have something called a DR, it's our dead reckoning position. And unfortunately, I can say to someone, yes, I can navigate by the stars, and they're like, oh, so I can drop you in the middle of the ocean, you can figure out where you are anywhere on the planet? And I'm like, well, unfortunately that's not exactly true. You always start somewhere where you know where you are, and then you have your speed and you have your direction, and you know where you should be in 24 hours by a speed, time, distance formula. That's pretty easy. That's all a DR is. So as you're sailing, never lose your DR. Using celestial navigation, you'll update your DR to a fix, to where you actually are. So you start with your DR, you go to where you think you should be, and then the celestial navigation fix will fix that position, and it'll move it just a little bit. Big steps of this are, you do some pre-work. You DR out to where you think you're going to be, you find out civil twilight, you figure out what stars are going to be out and which direction they're going to be. That's called the pre-work. You grab your sextant, you go out there, you do your shots, and then you come back in, you reduce all those numbers down into something that you can plot. And then you get out your triangles and your dividers and you plot those stars on a plotting sheet that you also show you how to make, and then you get your fix. So there it is in like 15 seconds what we're going to do in the next 2 hours or something.